Yeah. So you were talking about, part of it being is healthy living. And I think that's the other aspect, right? It's kind of like you get to do what you enjoy, but at the same time, you're bettering yourself all around, not just in this one sport, but like also just, your everyday life. People look at you, they're like, oh, you look healthy, you look like you're in great shape. And it's kind of like, well, I try to take care. The sport takes care of me, so it's kind of does
Yeah, and
both.
I know for like a lot of people, like, oh, I don't know how you could be that disciplined and weigh everything and measure everything. I'm like, I mean, if we really think about it, that's probably what people should be doing. Because I mean,
Right.
more so just extreme portion control. I was like, don't get me wrong, people don't believe me when I tell them I'm a huge foodie. Like when I'm deep into my off season, I mean, you can catch me at all of these little local spots that I love to go to. And when I go on vacation, I love to try the
Right.
different foods and cuisines. And I was like, so I mean, yeah, it does look like sacrifice, but in
Mhm.
the long run, it's just portion control and kind of throttling where I should throttle. And then it has really gotten me to a point where now I can enjoy like the foodie things that I get to do in my off season because it's not every day. I'm not like, oh, what am I having for lunch? Oh, what am I having for
Right.
dinner? It has taught me to truly enjoy like the luxury of like going out to eat and really spending that time with family and friends and being in the moment and just enjoying that culinary experience.
Yeah, I used to work in a police department, and they always brought around like donuts,
Mhm, mhm.
and uh, and so like I generally wouldn't eat too many of them or anything like that. But this one time, this guy saw me eating a donut, and he's like, "Watching you eat a donut is like seeing a unicorn."
Yeah.
And, and I was like, that's not quite true. Like you said to that point, it's more like that I know when when I can allow myself to have something and when, that's not the best idea. And it's like
Yes.
if I can keep a good diet and portion control through majority of my, day or week, then having a donut here or something else there is not a big deal. But if you're an individual that your diet consists of, sugary, unhealthy stuff, yeah, like that, then you need to do something about
Mhm.
that for sure.
Mhm.
So, and that's, yeah, I mean, to your point, that's kind of how people are. They think that you're just starving yourself, but that's not the case.
Actually, in most cases, I tell people, I'm like, I'm probably eating more than you, honestly. Like, if we want to break it down to calories, like, especially people who are like weekend warriors, like my
Hmm.
girlfriends and stuff are like perpetual dieters. And then they're like, oh, you just restrict yourself all the time. I'm like, combined, I probably eat more than you every
Right.
single day.
That's
It's just
hilarious.
a different source. So,
Yeah. Do
people
they
say that all the time too, like, oh yeah, you're not going to eat that. And I was like, well, I'm not right now, but I may in the future.
did